Hey guys, now in today's video, we're going to talk about how you can upgrade the audio quality of any content that you're creating for social media. And not just social media, but if you think about conference calls, WebEx, Zoom, Teams, and you'd like to have better audio, I have a solution for you that is going to increase your presence, how you communicate, and let's face it, having crystal clear audio is important, even to the point where even if you have good video, if the audio isn't right, you're going to lose people. Today we're going to talk about the Saramonic, and this is the Blink 500 B2 Plus. This is, again, the next generation of the Blink series, and it's extremely flexible, and it's going to support a lot of different systems. It's going to support your iPhone, your iPads, think about your Samsung Galaxy tabs, think about, PCs, DSLRs, the phones themselves, a lot of different connectivity options that you're going to have and you're going to be able to work with when it comes to audio. So we're going to do a test. And matter of fact, all the audio that you're hearing right now is coming through the Blink 500, and you'll notice that I have two mics on. I actually have the DJI mic on as well, and we're going to be able to hear how both of these sound. So let's get right into the specs, and then you can see why you may want to consider this very affordable and flexible solution, again, from Saramonic. So from a spec perspective, you're looking at advanced 2.4 gigahertz when it comes to connectivity and how the wireless system works. The battery life on these is pretty spectacular as well. You're talking about 16 hours from the receiver, and then the transmitters is 20 hours. Now, with this case that you see right here, you're going to be able to get 40 hours type of experience. We talked about the flexibility when it comes to all the different connection options that you have or devices. So this allows for USB-C connection, proprietary Lightning connections, 3.5 TRS, and 3.5 millimeter TRRS. What that translates to is that you can connect this to an audio jack on a PC, on a phone, and also on a higher-end DSLR. A lot of different options. Now, one of the things that sets this aside compared to the DJI is that this one does have a noise reduction button. And you're going to see that I have that little yellow or actually a green light there. That green light indicates that noise reduction is actually on right now. So you're hearing this experience completely with noise reduction on. And we're going to do a test where you'll be able to hear it with and without so you can get a sense of things. Now, it does have wind protection. It also has a standard mesh protection, and then it has the active noise canceling. So if you think about these little guys right here, when there's a lot of wind, you have these little dead cats, and then it has a mesh that's on the mic that you'll see in a couple seconds that really has standard protection from just different things that are going on, maybe some white noise, and then you have that active noise canceling that I have on right now. You're gonna be able to record mono stereo. It has a safety track, 20 to 20 kilohertz. The 20 kilohertz frequency range, and then you have 48K 24-bit sampling and a really healthy bit rate as well. Now, one of the things that you'll also find is that it does have a signal monitor, and you'll be able to monitor everything that's going on in the actual recording because it has real-time external playback as well. One of the things I really like about this is that when I have it connected to, let's say for example, my iPhone, if I'm using it in that manner, when I want to play back, I'm not able with other solutions to play back if I'm using up the USB port. With these, you can actually flip a little switch and I can actually listen to what I've recorded without having to unplug the mic, which is going to be great if you're doing some type of test, but it also has where you can put a headphone jack. It also has a low cut filter for clearer audio. So a lot of different features. So let's get into looking at the product. We'll do some comparisons and then we'll continue with our audio test. Now inside the box, you're going to receive two what they call dead cats, and they connect via these little pins right here. And I'll connect one to it in a couple seconds so you can see what this looks like. But I like these more than some of the traditional connectors, especially the ones that I have with my DJI, because it's not a twist to lock. I've lost so many of them and I bought so many of them. I like these type that actually I'm gonna go in and they lock in. So this is a really nice type. You have two of these. You then have your TRS and TRSS cables right here, which is going to give you again flexibility for phones and also DSLRs. You have USB-C to USB-A for charging. And then what you have, and we'll move this over to the side, is the case itself. And the case itself is relatively compact. I'm going to put the DJI case right here so you can see. It's just a little bit thicker than the DJI one, but it's competitive, I would say. You do have USB-C in the back. You have rubberized feet on the bottom. And remember, this is going to serve as a charger and also a travel solution as well. You do get this little bag here that you can see that's going to be great to put that inside, and also some of the accessories. Now, when we open this up, you'll find the compartments for both the mic, which I have one on, the receiver, which I have connected receiving, and then you have the 2 connection options here where you have something here that you can use to have either USB-C or the FireWire. Now over here, or the Apple connectivity. Sorry, not the FireWire. That's for a PC. So that Lightning connector is definitely something that if you have an older, let me turn this off. If you have a older iPhone that you could use. Now, this is what the actual mic looks like. So a couple things. As we look at this right here, you'll notice that we have the mesh that I was talking about, and then you have the connection points that these kind of insert in. So each one of these points kind of lock in, and they are firm. You're not going to lose these, or at least in my experience, I have not. I've had them secure and they haven't come out. You can't have them connected while they're in the case though. You have the little mesh that I was talking about right there. You have, again, your power button. You have your, this is the function that enables the noise canceling. So as you turn this on, it goes from blue to green. And then you have USB-C on this side, and you have the connection point. You do have, again, it's the cold shoe mount, right, that you can clip on talent or use it as a cold shoe. And then you have a very, super powerful magnet, right? No joke. And you can see how I have mine connected just, a fist away from my mouth, and this works really well. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the receiver so that you can see this right here, and we'll put it this way. And I'll cover that up right there. I have it on my iPhone doing this recording. And there's a couple things that you'll see here. First of all, you have a really, really clear view of what's going on. You'll notice that I have the mic on -1. I could probably lower it a little bit lower because you can see that I'm a loudspeaker. So I tend to get into the yellow zone, so I can actually lower it. I'm going to lower my voice a little bit. I get too excited at times. And on the sides here, you'll see you have your headphone jack and your monitor jack. On this side right here, you do have your, again, power button, and then you also have your menu select button, which is going to allow you to get in and actually modify all these controls. This is not a touchscreen at all. It's just a display only. Very compact, and as we compare it, if we were to compare it to the DJI, we'll bring this one out right here, you'll notice that from a size perspective, it's very comparable in size, right? The DJI is a touchscreen, but I'll tell you, it's a frustrating touchscreen because the screen is too small in my opinion. And then if we were to compare it to a DJI mic, let's flip this around a little bit, and you're charging. They're comparable in size. I would say their mic is a little bit thinner, so you can see it right here. And we'll put it this way, a little bit chunkier. The one thing I will mention is that there's no onboard memory on the Saramonic, right? So that's one thing to be aware of. No onboard memory. So that was the mic. There is an app that you can use to control it, but then again, those are kind of like the options that you have there. So one of the things I wanted to do is kind of like an audio test, and I wanted to give you a sense of what does it sound like with and without the actual noise canceling. So let me just make sure I'm looking at the button. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off noise canceling. So right now, this is what the Saramonic Blink500, again, sound like with noise canceling off. So you can hear how that sounds right now with noise canceling off. Now, what do they sound like with noise canceling on? We're going to go back to it. This is what they sound like with noise canceling on. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. I'm going to go ahead and also turn on one of our noise tests that we use in our video. So I'm going to increase the noise in kind of like where we are right here. And you're going to hear a very different sound. Let's look at one of our noise files that we'll use to simulate. And then you're going to hear kind of like a boosted sound coming in right now. Just in a second. So now we're testing how the Saramonic sound like in a noisy environment without any kind of mic on. And you're going to both hear the DJI. So right now what you should be hearing is the DJI, what it sounds like in this noisy environment. And now what you're going to be hearing is what does a Saramonic sound like in a noisy environment. Same environment, and the mics, you can see them are just right here. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the noise canceling so that you can hear how much is canceled. And by the way, the system does have 2 sound noise canceling levels, a low, or something called weak, and then a high. So this is what they would sound like with, again, active noise canceling on. And these are the Saramonic in the same environment. And we're looking about almost about 80 decibels of noise. It goes anywhere from 40 to 79 decibels in my test. And these are the same tests that I use in my headphones test. So this is what they sound like in a noisy environment. Now, from a range perspective, you're going to get great range with these, but I'm not the type of person that is going to be filming someone 1,000 feet away. When I do interviews, or if I'm doing a podcast, or if I'm doing something, pretty much myself or the talent or the guest that I have with me is going to be just a couple feet away. I have not tested this in an environment where there's a lot of competing, I would say, mics going on. I have tested, for example, other products, especially at CES, and was able to see how well they did when there was like so many people recording. These I haven't done that level test. But so far, for the size, the experience that I'm having has been incredibly powerful. And again, if you're thinking about a mic to step up your audio, again, especially with that 16-hour battery life plus 40 hours total, it really allows you to step up your audio in a variety of situations. Zoom, it's not just these videos. TikTok, you think Instagram, everything is about video. Clear audio is critical, right? So check out the Saramonic Blink 500 B2 Plus. See you in the next video.